once again.
Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's Mobile Mechanics, and we have just come to look at this Jaguar F-Pace. It's in restricted power mode, so it's lost power limp mode, and it's got some warning lights on the dashboard. So we'll go inside and have a look. So we will start the vehicle up and see what we're looking at. So you've got exhaust filter full, and the red triangle there, and the engine management lights on. So there it's a 2018 Jaguar F-Pace 2-litre diesel. We're just going to scan it for the fault codes, see what we're looking at. We've just removed the engine cover here, and this is the engine that we're looking at. It's a little bit different than I was expecting. I was expecting it to look more like the Discovery Sport, but we've got a massive DPF down here, and we have got the DPF pressure sensor just over here. If you look down here, this car is fitted with twin turbos. Just behind the pressure sensor here, I've got a T30 socket, and I'm just going to open this bolt here, so I can get a little bit of movement on the sensor here, so I can disconnect the pipe underneath. So these pipes here, I'm going to open the one on the right, because this one runs to here, pre-DPF, and then you've got the second one runs down the back down there, and that's post-DPF down there afterwards. So we're going to go with the highest one, because it's going to flush it all the way down. So I'm going to use one of these bottles of DPF cleaning fluid. So I've filled up this bottle here. We're going to use this to dispense it in. Just close it up. This is a pressure bleeder. We bought this and converted it for use on DPFs. This is a brake pressure bleeder, and we've just put this nozzle on the end of it here to connect up to the hoses. And the good thing about using one of these, especially if you're using it on a vertical DPF, or if you're using it on one that sits, horizontal, if you just pour in your fluid in, basically this fluid will just go in a water like substance, but once you use it on a pressure bleeder like this, the pressure is actually spraying it in, and it foams it up, so you're getting a complete coverage of the area, and it foams up, so it's gonna sit in there a little bit longer rather than just going in one piece and just floating all the way down to the bottom. We're just going to connect that onto the hose that we've disconnected off the sensor there. Now we're just going to pump up this, bleed up the pressure. So just give that a lot of pumps there off the camera, so that's now flowing nicely, and we should see it maybe jumping around in a minute once it's finished. And just like that, you can see now she's just about empty there. I'll show you what I mean about the foaming. So we've connected all that back up and put the bolt back in on the back side there. Now we're going to start the car back up. So we're going to see a little bit of this foaming coming out of the exhaust for a while. So this throttle position sensor circuit low voltage code, we've just asked the customer have they had any flat batteries or any weak battery symptoms in the last recently, and yep, yesterday he has had a flat battery, and he's taken the battery out himself and put it on charge, so this is going to be most likely a cause for that. So we're going to clear that anyway, and if it returns, then that problem can be looked at again afterwards. but I've suggested he gets a new battery rather than just trying to charge it up, really. These obviously newer cars are very particular about what voltage they're receiving from the battery. I'll just now switch the engine off. I'm going to clear all of these codes. And you can see there we have a particle filter soot accumulation of 97%. I'm just going to hold the revs there for around about 10 minutes. And we'll just wait until the smoke here dies down. Okay, so we've now switched the engine off. It's been running for a while. We're going to go in and read the diagnostic faults. See what codes we have now. So we've still got this throttle position circuit fault, and the customer here has got an extended warranty with a garage, with the garage or Land Rover or whatever I don't know if he's got it with Land Rover or a different company, but he said he's got an extended warranty with the vehicle here, but they wouldn't cover the DPF. They don't cover the DPF under warranty. So now the DPF fault has cleared. He needs to get this sorted out. So I take it he's going to have his warranty company sort this out for him back at the dealership. And we have noticed another slight issue here if we go to live data. So we're going to go through these lists and I'm going to tick down the appropriate items and move them to the top. So if we look here on live data, the particle filter differential pressure sensor voltage is at 0. So there's no movement there, even when you accelerate. It's a bit strange because it didn't give us any sort of faults for the pressure sensor. What we're going to do is unplug the plug from the DPF pressure sensor and make sure that it's getting voltage at the sensor. You can see there we're getting 4.8 volts on the DPF pressure sensor socket there. So it looks like we're going to have to come back and put a pressure sensor on this vehicle. So we're going to go back now. We should have a fault now logged for unplugging the sensor there. Throttle DPF pressure sensor circuit. Yep, so we're going to clear that again anyway. Do a quick raise on that. So we're going to come back and put a DPF pressure sensor on this to make sure that the vehicle is regenerating in the future. Without the sensor working, the vehicle's not going to regenerate and you're going to have problems with your DPF again. So we better change that. So now that the cleaning process is finished, we're able to accelerate the vehicle fully. And of course now it's advisable to have an oil change done now that the DPF has been sorted out. And as with all DPF cleans, we'll take the vehicle for a drive for 10 to 20 minutes just to make sure everything's running as it should do. So that's it, we're all done. See you in the next video.